call those paraprofessionals.
Welcome to Super Smash Finder. I'm Vanessa Hoskins.
Hey, I'm Jason Lillis.
And we're here to bring you some action-packed fighting with two fantastic teams playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition and going to rip it up in the arena.
They sure are. I'm very excited for this matchup. Looking forward to all of the things they're going to bring. I saw a couple of very well-used bows out there in the armory getting ready for this match. So maybe some extra ranged combat tonight, but no lack of very well-armored individuals coming in here as well. Looking forward to what they can pull off.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're going to see a lot of arrow dodging, plinking, and the fletching is going to fly. But, you know... Ranged combat is great for a death match, but this is going to be zone control. We're looking for folks to stay on those platforms, which really gives an advantage to melee in these cases.
It does. It does. We'll look for a lot of support from the ranged characters as they are helping out their folks right there on the front line, trying to hold that platform down for their team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And speaking of teams, let's talk to them.
Yeah, here we go.
First up, we've got the red team, the Adamantine Tankards from the Hideous Laughter podcast. How are you all doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Doing real good. Excited to be here, guys.
Yeah. Welcome to the arena.
Fantastic.
What a beautiful arena it is.
It's, you know what? I'll tell Delilah Forgeheart that you said that. She'll be thrilled. I hope no one does anything to damage it tonight.
No promises.
Something. All right, so why don't you tell us a bit about who you are and your show and what you're all about?
Sure. Guys, I'll start. I'm Griffin. I'm the game master of the Hideous Laughter podcast. The Hideous Laughter podcast is a Pathfinder 1st edition podcast for now. And we're running through the Carrion Crown adventure path, but we've grown a little bit in the past 2.5 years since we started, and we are official partners of Paizo. We've started releasing a couple new shows. So we have a show where we run through classic Pathfinder modules. We have a behind the GM screen show called Zone of Truth, and we do a little dabbling in evil characters in our evil interlude. But
that sounds diabolical.
Yeah, it's something. But I'll pass it over to Haley here because she's in the studio with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hi, I'm Haley. I also play on the show, and I'm on all the Link Legacies, and in the future we'll be GMing one of the modules for that. That's also secret. I don't know if I actually said that, but here we go.
Someday.
Wow. And I've been known to GM some special one-shots through our shows as well.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. Yeah. All right. And I understand that you have a very interesting team of intoxicated individuals playing tonight. Why don't you tell us about your team?
Intoxicated individuals? We're talking about her. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm playing Norbert Scalesworn. But I'm Norbert Scalesworn. It's a pleasure, everybody. I'm just here to, I've bet on both sides, so I think I'm going to come out on top either way.
Well, how can
Clever.
So how can you win any coin if you've bet on both sides?
Well, the odds are, if you're an experienced gambler, the odds are ever in my favor.
I suppose it's all about finding the right bookie, I suppose.
Yeah, a couple bookies, a couple strange bookies.
All right, so Norbert here is a kobold, yes? You're a kobold?
Yes. Yes, I'm
you can tell by the snout.
Got my pretty white scales, not found in many other ancestries.
Mm-hmm. We don't see too many white-scaled kobolds in Katapesh. Out here in the sands, it's mostly blue scales if they show up. So
the blue scales, well, they don't do so well in the cold.
That is true.
That's fair. That's fair. And who else is on your team here?
Oh, I guess I'll go. I'm Minerva Blatt. I'm the best wrestler that could ever exist, and I'm the tallest dwarf that ever has existed. And hello, I'm here to wrestle.
Amazing. I was surprised at your height, Minerva. It was initially Initially astounding, yes.
Yes.
And you've brought another dwarf ally with you as well, I understand, here on your team.
That's correct. Hey, folks, this is Steve here. I'm a player on the Hideous Laughter podcast, also the Chief Ethics and Compliance Officer. So we're keeping it above board here.
Okay.
As for the character that I am bringing to the tournament tonight, I am playing a dwarven character called Crag Malortimer. He is a dwarven a dwarven cleric of Caden Kalian, and we're here to win it tonight, people. You just gotta want it more than the other guys want it. And so I think when people are going to be talking to us at the post game, they're going to say that we did want it more than they.
They'll probably
wanted
say
it.
that we pre-gamed it pretty hard.
Yeah, Craig's been warming up in the locker rooms, just playing flip cup by himself.
Nice.
So
Very
if you
good.
could put a quantity on it, how much do you want it?
I ask the other guys how much
Okay.
they want it, and then take that number and add another number to it.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'll just add I. It'll be fantastic. And last on your team, Groknor.
Yes, I am Groknor the Orc. No alcohol for me, thank you. I'm here to
Oh.
taste the sweet pain of battle and to relish the blood and tears of my enemies and climb platforms, I suppose.
Climb platforms. So the only intoxication you'll be getting is the intoxicating thrill of battle?
Endorphins. Mostly endorphins.
Oh, endorphins.
Excellent.
I haven't had that particular brew yet.
Yeah. Sounds nice. Yeah. There's plenty of it served here, apparently, here in the arena. Yeah. Well,
Fantastic.
wonderful.
I wish you
Yeah.
all fantastic luck. Head down to your bunker and prepare. The match will be starting shortly. And now let's
Yeah.
go talk to the blue team. So
Hey.
going up against them, we have the Justice and Mercy team from the Dice Fall Everyone Dies podcast.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
Hey.
Howdy.
You're great.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about yourselves and a bit about your show.
Yeah.
Most excellent. I am the GM of the podcast. Typically go by GM Chris in there. We're we're kind of built around the whole concept of that old pun, rocks fall and everyone dies, except in our podcast, I have a very difficult time actually killing any players despite my my best chances. And we run the
trying.
Age of Ashes. Oh, I try. I do
Oh,
try.
he tries.
So hard. And so I figure if I can't murder their characters, I will murder their spirits as best I can. If I can't get one, I'll get the other. So we do the Age of Ashes adventure path. We're
Nice.
currently sitting in book 2, and we are taking our liberties and having a lot of interesting side quests presently going on. And in fact, we just released an episode today, and it's been quite exciting.
Nice. Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah. And who else is here with you on your recording crew, Chris?
Let's see. So let's go ahead and start with Shay, our Hell Knight aspiree.
Yeah, I'm Stano over on Dice Fall and Everyone Dies. I also GM our Patreon game, which is Gang Ghost to Galarion, and I pop in and run a few of the other campaigns. We did run my Escape from Rahadum campaign as well.
Very nice.
So
Awesome.
That sounds really interesting. Escape from Rahadum.
Excellent.
Wow, I bet they were just
And-
praying to get out of that place.
oh, there was some praying going on.
Nice. And Jules?
Yes, I'm Jules. I play Deimos on our podcast. I don't do anything fascinating though, beyond keeping them from horribly dying all the time.
It is a very important role. Yeah, definitely.
I try. I very much try.
Sure. Yeah, and Zach.
Hey, I play Kazlan in the other podcast, and he likes to eat. I like to eat, and both of our motivations are pretty much the same all the time. So,
Correction, you don't play Kazlan, you play Bread.
oh yeah, Well, that's a fun nickname.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, great. And yeah, tell us a little bit about Team Justice and Mercy. You all sound very focused on both a commitment to the law, but maybe not the harshest application thereof. What brings all of you to the arena today? Who's your team captain here that can share a little bit about you?
Now, when I think it comes to team captain, that's got to be Lucian over here. Lucian, that pale guy sitting over there. He and I, we have a bit of a history. He's presently my employer. I'm Art Schutson. They call me Doc Shot. I'm a veteran of the conflicts between Near Mythos and Multhune over there. And one of these days, I found poor Lucian just lying all bloodied up in a ditch over there in Nidal on my ranch. And, I didn't know he was Lucian at the time. I had no clue that he happened to have been a champion of Zonkuthon, but like any good cleric of Aristil, you got to take care and show hospitality to even those who are misguided in their beliefs, and took him in and brought him up and made sure that he was hale and healthy, and we struck a deal. We got some taxation cut for our village, and he got some services to allow me to continue to attempt to redeem his soul. So it's working out pretty well so far. I can't seem to get him to not bring out the whips and chains as often, but his scars are at least healed this time.
Well, there you go. There you go. That sounds like quite the pairing that you all have put together here.
Well, but and Lucian, how do you feel about this arrangement?
Yeah.
It's beneficial. I've found some unique characters to help me.
Unique characters to help you? Can you explain a little more about that?
Well, I just needed some people to help flesh out a team for this event. So I got a very unique character here that obviously seems to view my religion a little poorly, but they're all fascinating, aren't they?
Well, it's not that I think it's poorly, Lucian. I'm just saying that he was a lot better when he was friends with Shaylin instead of trying to steal their glaives back and forth. And really, look, you're just an amazing opportunity to be able to help everyone, especially Rennerker here. I've been able to keep him clean for 12 hours. 12!
12? Not bad.
Well, very
Last
nice.
week it was only 8.
Wow.
Nice.
12
Nice.
hours. I'm pretty sure I gave Ranorak something about an hour ago.
Ooh.
Son of a...
And Ranorak, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I used to be in a circus until I killed everyone.
What?
Oh,
So,
Killed?
the guards? Guard? We're good.
that's
We're
why
good.
I'm here, right? To
Yep,
kill
we're good.
people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That is just
No
sort
one
of.
actually. Well,
And the money. There's
no
money,
one
right?
dies. There is money. No one
There's money.
dies in this arena. We have very specific wards set up, and there are Pharasman clerics standing by with a teleportation magic and big heals if needed, and the occasional raise dead happens, but it's fine. But no one dies permanently in the arena.
Yes.
So.
But
As long as there's money.
you can do all the steps
Absolutely.
leading up to the death, and I
Yes.
understand
That's the fun part.
That's the fun part. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
and Zira as well is another one of your teammates. Where do you come from? How'd you join this crew?
what's your story?
Lucian found me in Belkson. Not long after my clan was slaughtered, and I was traveling southwards, and he decided that it would be better to pay me off than to have me crack his skull and eat him.
That sounds like a reasonable arrangement.
That sounds that sounds good.
Yes, you do.
All
All
right.
right. I'm glad that you were able to figure that all out. I wish you the best of luck down in the arena. Go ahead and head to your bunkers and get prepared. Meanwhile, these are two very interesting teams.
Yeah, quite the combination of characters. I am really interested to see how, what kinds of sparks are going to fly when they run into each other here in combat. Yeah.
Right? Like I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about Ranorak. A literal murderer. I didn't realize that we had a literal murderer. I mean, like, I know that people have killed people. Like that mistakes happen.
Yeah.
But in gladiatorial combat, it's about the excitement.
I did check with the guards really quickly. They
Okay.
gave me a thumbs up. I think we're going to be good. So we should be
Okay.
at least.
I was
keeping
a little
things
concerned
marginally.
about extradition treaties and outstanding warrants, but if we're fine, then we're fine, and so we can go on.
We'll leave that for the pact masters. Yeah, they can take care of it. I don't think that's on ours. Yeah.
Good plan. You know what? Pack masters will take care of it. All right.
They'll deal with it.
Well, I think without any other delay, we should get right to it, don't you?
Let's go. Let's head on in. Yeah.
Let's roll initiative.
Let's roll initiative. All right. Here we
All
go.
right. And right in there, looking at the team, I see Arzit is up first.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what he's got.
You see, this is what happens when you bring the Gold Dragon Minkare, the mascot BBEG from your podcast, in. He blesses your initiative roll so you can go first.
Oh,
That's how we rock this.
That's how this works. Okay.
Nice.
So before things started, Arts ended up casting haste. So he's got a wonderful 4 actions to run with this. And he's rocking out with some boots of bounding, and he took the fleet general feat. So he has got a speed of 35 feet. So he's moving 7 squares per action.
Nice.
Very nice.
So he is rocking out some fun stuff. And he's been up in the stands watching how some of the different teams have been doing their practice matches. He has to know how much damage is going to come in and hurt all of those scars he has to heal.
Sure.
And he's going to miss some of this invisibility stuff that's been going on. So we're going to go ahead and proc our Cloak of Elven Kind right off the bat.
Oh,
and
hey.
We're going invisible, and we're just going to have those sparkles running out as this begins. And then we're going to go ahead and spend our 2 additional actions to move.
Awesome.
Now, I'm also a roll 20 noob, so if I move my pawn and I cover all the things, as long as he's moved his 14 squares, of course, 2 squares from moving up the stairs, right?
If you have complicated movements, either stop your pawn at each time your character is going to make a turn so that we can see the turn, or you can set waypoints. You can set waypoints while you're clicking and dragging and holding the mouse button down. If you right click, you'll drop a little waypoint, and it will keep a nice little line of exactly where you've gone. There you go. Just like that.
Excellent. So we will exit out and move our 35 feet to get right over by the stairs to start off with.
Looks fantastic.
And so that's going to have us at 3 actions used, because 2 to activate and then 1 for there. And then we will start up the steps. And I think I get just on the platform to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for 35 movement. And with that bow out there looking out,
35.
Sparkles.
Very
Invisible
nice.
sparkles.
And getting into a scoring position, first action of the round. Fantastic opening move. Next up is Crag from the Tankards.
All right, so Craig, he's stacked up kind of like SWAT team style behind Norbert, and he taps Norbert on the shoulder. And he's like, "Hey Norbert, tilt your head back a little bit. Come on.
What you doing?"
And then you can check Griffin Eye's DM history. I wasn't metagaming your turn, Chris. What he does is he takes a beer out of his belt and then just cracks it open and pours it over Norbert's eyes to cast.
I don't feel like this is how you drink that.
No, you can see now, my boy. You can see invisibility.
It stings.
Yeah, that'll pass before your turn. And then that's 2 actions.
Okay.
Then I have 1 action left. I'm just going to move up 25 feet.
All right.
10, 15, 25. Not really close to a platform yet, but that's a full turn.
Fantastic. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. And your pre-initiative action, Slipper's a spider climb, so I got all the nice little net on there to suggest a web, perhaps, and a blue dot to remember that you've got see invisibility, and invisible creatures don't bother you at all. Fantastic.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I cast see invisibility on my party member, on Norbert.
On Norbert.
Yes.
Yes, very good. Thank you for the clarification.
Of course.
I had missed that while shuffling around looking for a button to hit. Great. Next up, we have Minerva.
Yeah, so before before this arena started, she also has haste. I also have fleet. So looking very similar there.
Yeah.
That gives me a lot of movement. And the first thing I'm going to do is go into a rage.
Ooh.
I am incredibly angry. And sorry, I'm gonna describe this real quick. I have something called Determined Dash, which is all about movement, and I
Yes.
also have I am a raging athlete, and so between those two things, I can ignore difficult terrain. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, there's something going on with our dogs. I can ignore it. Can you go?
Yeah, it looks like Determined Dash is a 2-action ability where you get to stride twice, ignoring difficult terrain, greater difficult terrain, and any effects that would impose a penalty to speed. That is a fantastic rage power. You can also attempt athletics checks to balance on narrow surfaces as well, which is pretty darn cool. Are you
Amazing.
going to use the option to use 3 actions to stride thrice?
Yes, I am. Sorry about that. We did have something going on downstairs. So the other thing that I do have is Raging Athlete. I don't know if that was said already, which means that I get that swim speed and climb speed, and high jumps and jumps are generally decreased. So with all of that being said, I can do 3 movements essentially and ignore difficult terrain.
Awesome.
That is very nice.
Yeah. Where does that land you?
That would land me. I was 5.
Wow, just Minerva sprinting out right out of the gate. That is a fantastic
Dashing.
maneuver.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've seen someone run up the steps with that kind of haste. I think it might have been way back when we were having one of the practice rounds. Was the
With
last
that
time
sort
I
of
remember
agility.
that.
Yeah, during our
I
practice.
believe it puts me here.
Okay.
That is a full 90 feet. If I did that math correctly.
It looks like 80 feet to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I will go too far there. So I
you
am
go.
in the middle platform.
Hell
Excellent.
yeah. Hell yeah. Get it.
Wow,
Yeah,
staking your
my girl
claim.
up there. Get it. Get it.
And she's gonna do a quick pose on the platform.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. The audience
Got it.
is going nuts as right out of the
Loving it.
gate, this blur of Minerva shoots out and takes a prominent position on the center platform. So far, unless it's contended, going to earn your team a load of points. Norbert, you're up next.
All right. Well, the sud seems to have cleared, so, well, I think I better scamper.
Yeah.
So Norbert used a potion of fly as his first pre-match action, and Norbert has 50-foot movement speed.
Ooh,
Dang.
how
Fast
do
little
you get
kobold.
50-foot movement
You know,
speed?
he's some kind of monk.
He's some kind of monk.
Some kind of monk, got some kind of boots
monk or
abounding, might be fleet.
This
He's got all kinds
monastic-
of good stuff.
This monastic gambling kobold.
We're like
Nice.
monasty.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
So
Nice.
he's gonna, let me get this.
Yep.
Snap into center. He's gonna go ahead and 50 feet.
Okay,
We'll put him right at the base of the stairs.
sure.
Then
If you would like to
10,
move directly onto the stairs, it's still 50 feet because of the difficult terrain, but essentially you can just jump straight on.
oh, absolutely. So I'm gonna 50
45.
feet,
Yeah, because of the difficult terrain. So we got 50 feet
then
total.
60 feet, 70 feet, correct?
60 feet, 65. Because you're
65.
moving into not difficult terrain.
Yeah.
75, 85, 95, 105,
Goodness.
110,
Mm-hmm.
Where else can you go?
100, 120.
Mm-hmm.
'cause that's my second diagonal.
Yep.
25, 26, 27, or geez, 25, 30, 35,
Dang
40.
fast.
For those of us listening at home, we are looking at a
Oh.
very complicated movement diagram wherein Norbert
Yeah.
makes his way all the way up to the center platform and toward the opposing team's side in one
Yeah.
fell swoop.
A massive maneuver.
Yeah, why not? He's
Yeah.
going to get right up into the business here.
Stand right in the way. Wow.
He's going to stand right in the way because he has not activated his monastic archer stance. And so his fist is out. He's ready to punch.
There
Alright,
it
so
is.
so that was a triple move, huh?
Triple move, but 150 feet.
Wow.
Look at the maneuverability on the tankards. Who would have thought they had that much maneuverability?
Stumbling forward onto the platforms. Here we go.
Ranarek from Justice and Mercy, you're up next.
All right.
I'm going to activate the Bracelets of Dashing
Excellent.
as 10-foot status bonus to my speed. Gives me 45 feet. And then make two. Let's see, how do I do this? How do I do the ruler thing?
So you can either use the ruler tool. It sort of looks like a circle with a little comb sticking out of it. And you can click and drag it around. If you right click while you're clicking and dragging, you leave waypoints behind. Alternatively, you can do the exact same thing with your token's movement. And then when you release it, your token will move in that pattern and show it to the audience.
Sorry, I have. Let's see. This is.
That's okay. Just go ahead and move where you want, and we're just going to double check the distance.
Yeah. Excellent. Renark moving out, heading for the platforms, the eastern platforms, northern ramp, getting ready to get up to that 10-foot high ramp.
All right. And then I'm going to pull off a necklace of fireball, level 5, and toss that over here in the center of this platform.
And remind me for a moment of your current speed and your pre-initiative action. Everyone gets one thing they get to do.
That was the bracelet.
Bracers, the bracelets of dashing. Yep.
Dashing. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, bringing your movement speed up to
45. Yep.
45?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Oh, that's 45. All right, just making sure.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Fantastic. All right, well, getting up there with the necklace of fireballs, ready to score some points next turn. That will be pretty spectacular.
So I think he can actually still throw it this turn, correct? Because
it
it's just
should be one action.
One move to get there, one action to get there.
My apologies. Throw
one
away.
to pull
Throw
and one
away.
to toss, yeah.
And I've got the 70 foot, I think, is the range of that throw. So I'm going to toss it right here in the center of the platform.
Looking about here, or
the center platform. Yeah.
Yep, just north of the central pillar there that we've got in the middle of the central platform. Okay, and that's a 20-foot burst coming out of there, I believe. Should easily catch both Minerva and Norbert.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see.
Go ahead and roll that damage, and we'll have Norbert and Minerva make their reflex saves.
All right.
Oh no, Norbert with a natural 1. All right, what's the DC on that?
Mark.
I was looking to the skies. I wasn't expecting it to come from the ground.
What's the DC on that necklace of fireballs?
That is a. I think it is. Where's it?
You said it was a level 7 version or level 9 version?
It's a level 5. Level 5.
Level 5, type 1. Okay.
I'm sorry. Level 7. I'm sorry.
Type 2.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
okay.
type 2.
So the type 2 is a DC 23.
Yeah.
The DC 23.
Indeed.
It looks like Minerva has made their save. She's made her save for half damage, and Norbert has critically failed. What's the damage on that?
That is 8d6. And where do I do that?
Would you like me to roll it for you?
Yeah, please.
All right, 8d6. Looks like we're coming up to 29 points of damage, which of course doubles for Norbert, who is going to take a whopping 58 points of damage.
Luckily, despite my my complexion, I do have fire resistance.
Oh, that's good.
So it's not quite as high.
That'll save you a little bit of pain.
some definitely.
And Minerva, of course, looks like going to be taking 14 points of damage. So still enough to score.
Right.
All right, moving on. Next is Justice and Mercy's Sizra. Sizra, you are up.
Yes. Okay. So Syrah is
Syrah,
going to, she's going to sort of cackle to herself to sustain her summon, and her Barbatsu Devil is going to make his way. Let me double check his movement speed.
And
real
summoning that
quick.
devil was your pre-initiative action, is that right?
It was. So we were
Very
all standing
nice.
there in the bunker, and then this devil just appeared.
Oh my.
Which happens. It
Right.
happens. It's Galarion.
So the because it is pre-initiative action, the devil will need to start in the bunker with you.
Yes. I moved him, and then I realized I didn't remember what his speed was.
That's all right. We can assist with that.
Give me.
Right, the bearded devil, or the Barbatsu, has a move speed of 35 feet.
Yep. Found it just as you said it. So he is going to. Let me measure him out real quick.
I've got all my handy-dandy references at the ready.
So I'm going to put him up next to Ranarak.
Excellent.
And then he will take. Let me grab
35 feet?
him.
Sure.
All right, looks like he can only move about this far. There's a big wall there, so you're going to have to move out of the bunker first.
A terrifying sight.
All right. And then his second action, he will move again.
Sounds good.
So then 5. Which I believe lets him move just about here.
Yeah, looks like 5, and then 10 more is 15, 25, 30, so you can actually have 5 more feet of movement after that.
Yep.
All right, let's
Long as
move
it's-
him up here then.
Okay.
Fantastic. Get that
And
summons in
then-
position.
Yeah.
Sierra's third action is she is going to cast Shield on herself.
Excellent.
Great.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And is that that's your entire round there?
That's
Ooh.
the whole turn.
All right.
Zoom. You didn't start a motorcycle? Okay.
No,
Um,
surprisingly, she doesn't have one.
Oh, okay. Shocker.
I bet if she could get one, she'd have one.
It's probably not one.
She would.
Gronkor on the tankards, you're up.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So Gronkor's pre-action was to drop into a Dread Martial stance, which actually isn't a given. So I actually have to roll an Intimidate check to make sure that I can do that.
Oh.
Ooh,
All right,
okay.
so maybe Gronkor is like making such a racket to intimidate the nearby audience. Go ahead and make that roll.
All right. A 27 against a standard level DC.
A standard level DC in this case is, I believe, 23. So that
I believe
should-
so.
Okay, so that's a success. So I have this looks like a 20-foot emanation around me now that will help my allies if I can get within range of them.
Mhm.
And Gronkor is going to wade out of the bunker with a bellow. Realize he's almost missing the battle, and his move speed is fairly mundane, only 25 feet for each action. But he's going to try to get up to this first platform here with that. So let's see how far he goes.
Ooh.
And I did misspoke just a bit. 27 is successful, but it is also the standard DC for level 10. 23 is the more simple, or the DC -4, the more simple DC, which is what we use for certain DCs in the arena, such as climbing platforms and things of that nature.
Okay.
But either way, you're good.
Okay.
Mm,
So it looks like roughly 2 actions to get to the base of the stairs here.
yep.
The front
And
stairs,
then
yeah, you got it.
5, 10.
You can move
15.
directly onto the stairs from the side.
Directly onto the stairs. Perfect. Okay, so can definitely get all the way up.
There are
with
no
range.
railings in the arena, so it's pretty easy to
Mhm.
just jump on those bottom stairs.
Yeah, there's no ocean Galarian, I suppose.
There is probably
No.
not, yes.
We are not worried about OSHA. Nope.
So because every 5-foot step matters, I just want to make sure that I'm getting the most out of my movement. I want to stay on the platform, but I want to be as close as possible to my team.
All right.
Yep. All right.
So,
But you've got command over that first platform, which is a scoring position at this point, because we only have one person who hasn't acted this turn. Was that all 3 of your actions, if I counted?
I believe so, yep.
Yep.
Fantastic. Unless somehow Lucian over on Justice and Mercy can get you off of that platform, you are in a position to score some good points. Lucian, you are up.
Well, we're going to try to get him moved as quick as possible. Unless I'm much mistaken. Oh, I'm not very good at Roll20. Sorry about that.
Hey, that's all
I
right.
should be able to land him right about here. He only moves 20 feet per action.
All right. So starting as close as you possibly can, it looks like it'd be a total of 50 feet to get there. So it'd be 3 move actions if you're only moving at base speed of 20.
Yes, that would be it.
All
He
right.
has gotten as close as he can.
You could move up the stairs 1 more square if you wanted.
Yes, let's move him. Oops. 1 more here.
All right.
All right, everyone going for those nice close areas. Fantastic. Triple move, moving into position, and it is the end of round 1. We've got a lot of people in scoring positions. The
Sure do.
Tankards have taken 2 platforms exclusively, the center platform and the smaller 10-foot tall platform on their own side, whereas Justice and Mercy has taken on the 10-foot platform on their own side. So far, none of the platforms are contested, which means we're looking at a lot of scoring points, if I'm not mistaken.
We sure are. We should be looking at 30 points for the red team and 19 points for the blue team. We seem to be having a technical issue with our scoreboard that I'll take up with and or sacrifice the servants that are helping out with that. But let me attend to them while we continue on with the match.
All right, fantastic. All right, moving on with the match. So going on to the next folks, while we get that scoreboard fixed and dispelled from whoever tried to hex it. Crag, you are up first. Oh, I'm sorry. Art, you are up. Ars. I'm gonna mispronounce your name. Erst, you're up first on round 2.
That's why they call me Doc Shot. It's so much easier to
Doc
pronounce.
Shot. All right, I'm just gonna change it right here. But go ahead. What are you up to?
So I'm sneaky, but there's just something I've got to do. And he's going to take his bow and he's going to draw it back, and that kobold is a little too close, but he'll take it. And we're going to unleash a very frosty eldritch arrow right up in Norbert's chummy monkey, presently unarmed stancy place. And we're going to see if that hits. And I was talking before, and it looks like the best way for us to do that is to use my range strike with my bow, which will be some of the damage. Yep. And if we hit, we'll be able to we'll throw on that lovely ray of frost damage that will come up and hit as well.
Yep, you can just click the damage button if it hits, but go ahead and make your arrow shot.
And
now, recall in this instance that Norbert does have See Invisible, so they are not flat-footed to your shot.
Yes. All right, here it goes. Mikari, wish me luck, buddy. Attack 30.
30 against Norbert's armor class. How does that feel against your armor class?
Just a hit.
Just
AC
a hit.
30.
But you know, that's also going to apply that Ray of Frost, so go ahead and roll the damage on that as well.
All righty. And so we will hit our Ray of Frost button here. And so that's going to tack on, I think, 12 more cold damage.
Looks like it. So 10 piercing, 1 acid, 12
we do have
cold.
A cold bold in our midst with resist 5 cold.
That is true.
Look at my pretty scales. That was such a mistake. You'll pay for that. I can see you.
Just as that happens, the invisibility drops. Well, yeah, everyone can see me now. And then he's going to make some space over here for Lucian. And we're going to move into proper position.
Okay.
And that will be my 4th action.
That's right, because you are hasted.
Aha! And now Lucian can get up there and follow behind his friend's friend, for what it's worth.
All right, fantastic.
Nice.
Next up, over on the tankers, it's Crag.
Okay, so I have a question about what a 15-foot burst would do. I'm going to go ahead and ping a square on the map here.
Yeah.
This is not pinging. It is the square, not between.
That's fine. If you use the regular arrow tool on the upper left corner and you click and hold on the map, you will ping that section.
You're 100% correct. I had the ruler selected.
There we go.
Okay.
So, all right. Does that hit would that hit all 4 of these enemies if I hit there with a 15-foot
15-foot
burst?
Yeah, so a 15-foot burst, like a spell, is usually going to target from corners. So you would have to pick an intersection.
Okay.
I will tell you now, I do not think there is any 15-foot burst intersection that would hit all 4 of them.
No,
Yeah,
I
plus Ranarik's like 10 feet down, right?
Right, Ranarik's 10 feet down, so that bottom corner of that sphere that it would create would be hard to hit anyway. But you could probably hit the 2 on top of the platform and Lucian, who's coming up that southern staircase, pretty easily.
Well, yes, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do here.
Okay.
So Craig sees, this person appear, Doc Shot appear. He's like, okay, this is my chance for this one. Come help me, boys. It's not really addressing anybody, but what he is doing is casting a 5th level spell called Shadow Blast.
Okay.
And I'm
That sounds
using
scary.
the 15-foot burst within 120 feet varietal of that spell. I am also going to select what I hope is an uncommon bit of damage here to deal out. That would be sonic damage.
Oh, everyone loves
And,
Sonic. That's a Starfinder player right there, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the
Sure
truth.
is.
There's a save involved here. I'm reading it now, and it says basic reflex, basic will, at least 2.
Right. The ability is Shadow Blast, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, I remember reading this earlier. The target may choose which one of those they want to roll for Shadow
Target's
Blast.
choice. All right.
Ooh. All right.
So go ahead and roll your damage, and meanwhile, we'll have your targets make their saves.
Making will saves.
Or reflex, whichever you prefer. So you can either try to dodge this energy that's coming after you, or recognize that it's shadow magic and not entirely in existence. The bit ephemeral, so you can try and just disbelieve it.
Oof. I didn't have any much option there.
Oh no. So I say,
Lucian.
oh my goodness. Okay.
He's dealing. It's
My
okay.
natural 2 is just showing exactly how much willpower I have from this lovely dwarf on the other
Ouch.
side of the arena.
Yikes.
Yep. I see Ardzit's saving throw with a natural 2, missing that DC, and then a natural 1 by Lucian. And Caesar, that's the Barbazoos. I'm sorry, I'm
Yes.
mispronouncing.
Sierra's Barbazu, his saving throw is technically 22. He has a +1 status saved all
Got it.
magic effects.
Oh, okay, so 22. Still a failure, but not a
Yeah.
critical failure. All right.
It's something.
Looks like you're each looking at 13 points of damage, 6 if you saved, and 26 if you critically failed. I think Lucian has a bit of
boy.
ringing in their ears.
Let's.
Yeah, Craig just dropped the bass on you guys.
Sure did.
Um,
Hey, Vanessa, really quick. Do we count that as hitting 4 targets when one is a summoned creature, or do we count that as hitting 3 targets?
Why would it be 4?
Sorry, my apologies. It's only hitting 3 of them.
2 or 3? Yeah, it's going to be 3
2
of
or
them.
3 of them.
Those are
Great.
3
Just
targets, yeah.
Catching up on the scoring. Thank you.
At the moment, one thing we had considered doing is making AoE damage just one square or one scoring rather than multiples, but we'll see how it goes. All right, fantastic. Moving on.
I got one move.
Oh, I apologize.
You're totally fine. That was my 2 actions, and
Wait,
then
jump.
Craig is going to start moving towards this closest platform here. So 5, 10, 15, 20 drops him onto the stairs, but because it's difficult terrain and I got 25 feet movement, I'm kind of stuck where I'm at.
Okay, kind of stuck where you're at, but you're on the stairs and you're making your way up. So you're getting there, catching up with your team. You're a very amazingly quick team. Speaking of which, Minerva on the Tankards, it is your turn, and you scored last round along with Norbert there. Congratulations. What are you going to do now?
Yeah, thank you. Minerva is going to move right in front of Norbert onto the stairs. And she is going to go ahead and blast a line of fire with her draconic rage as she almost unhinges her jaw and goes and let me figure out how to roll that correctly, but it's going to be 10d6 and I need basic reflex saves.
How long
for
is that line?
30 feet.
Wow. Okay, that is just blasting down at the Barbazoo and Dockshot.
I love this character.
So the Barbatsu is immune to fire.
Oh, that's so cool. That sucks, but that's cool.
Question: if it's immune to fire, do I get cover?
I'm gonna give you partial cover because there is a creature in front of you. Sure. Only because it's immune. I'll give you a whole plus one.
Reflex I can get.
Whole plus one. Let's see it.
Barbatsu takes a moment and just sort of adjusts his very creepy beard during this time.
Perfect. All right, looks like you rolled a 29 against a DC 27. So you have succeeded.
So you'll succeed. Can I get some help here rolling 10d6? I'm not sure how to do that.
Sure, I got this for you. All right, looks like 34 points of damage is what you're looking at. So half of that is 17.
Great. And with her very last action, because that was only 3 actions and she is still hasted, so she's got one more. She's gonna back herself back up and land kind of diagonally back from Norbert and ready to give support.
All right, fantastic. Next, speaking of, is
And
Norbert.
Vanessa, just to make sure that half of that was 17 damage, right?
Correct.
Correct.
So my wonderful ring of fire resistance is going to drop that down a little bit, and so we're going to only take 12 from that.
Oh, good.
Okay,
that is an excellent choice.
Toasty.
Yes, the
All
most
right.
common elemental damage of them all.
Norbert sees Lucian not yet on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Lucian is within 30 feet of him, I think. That looks about right. So Norbert's going to go ahead and one action, cast True Strike. 2 actions,
Ooh.
or second action, activate little item he's got. It's a vine arrow. Third action,
All right.
fire at him.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now, I cannot flurry because I'm not in monastic archer stance yet, but I can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I will shoot twice here and take the better because of that.
Good old True Strike.
Good old true strike.
True Strike is so good. In Pathfinder 2nd Edition, it is fantastic.
First one is a 40.
I don't think you're going to get better than a nat 20.
Yeah, buddy.
Nat 20.
We should probably just
succeeds.
stick with that then.
I am going to stick with that one.
Yeah.
However, I'm gonna read the vine arrow on a critical.
It does not. It shouldn't be criticaling because he's got a 31.
Right, but
It's
if
a
it's
natural 20.
Oh,
20,
I see what.
Natural
it
20.
goes a step up.
So,
So
Every time.
gotta love these vine arrows because on a critical hit, which is probably the only way I get a critical against Lucian is with a natural 20.
With that armor class, yeah, absolutely.
Ridiculous. But a vine arrow on a critical hit immobilizes the target until it escapes. So
Immobilizes.
the vine arrow hits you. You take a 10-foot circumstance penalty to your speed for
That's what I was using.
for 3 rounds. However,
Nice.
you will be immobilized for 3 rounds unless you escape against a DC of 19.
Ooh.
So you'll have to use an action with the attack trait to escape. And then
Dang.
I'll just deal some damage here because it is still a critical hit after all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Whew. Yeah, you'll have to deal some
So
extra
that's
special damage.
14 damage, 14 piercing damage and 6 electricity damage, and then double that for the
Well,
crit.
you've-
So
You've already rolled it for the first shot.
Oh shoot, I did roll it for the first shot.
right
So
at the
sorry, that's 12
okay.
piercing, and I love that it rolls everything together. I just forget that it does that.
Yeah, it does it all. Does it
So
all once for you.
so yeah, for
So-
2E, the crits are just double, right?
Correct.
So
Correct, so
that
we're
would
gonna-
be 24 piercing and 8 electricity.
And then because it is a deadly weapon, it adds an extra d10, and you rolled a 2 on that, so an extra 2 damage on top of everything. Looking at a grand total of, what are we looking at? 24 plus 8 is 30.
32 plus
32
2,
plus 2,
34.
34. Yeah, your mathing is better than my mathing,
Hmm.
Jason.
No, that's all right. Yep.
Ouchie.
All right, fantastic. That is a heck of a shot.
It is. It is. Wow.
All right, so between the spell cast and the shot, I believe those are all your actions.
That is all my actions. I'm
All
done.
right.
Fantastic. Renarek from the blue team, you're up.
All right. Well, I think I figured out that thing, so that's good.
Good.
I'm gonna move, I guess, right here. Wait. Oh, no, I can't move.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Very good. Moving up
And-
onto that eastern platform.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a repeat of the last turn and pull off another fireball. I ran out of my 8d6, but I still have some left. So
Nice. When in doubt, toss it one out, right? So
166. So I'm gonna toss that in the same place I tossed it last time, right there in the center of.
Center of the top platform. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Yep. You can hit
Right over
Minerva
here.
and Norbert. Yep.
boom. Right.
All right. So as we had determined before, the saving throw on that is, as I say, trying to stall myself for time, 23.
3. So 2 successes.
So 2 successes. All right, cool. And it was a 66 damage. Would you like me to roll that for you?
I've got it. I figured it out.
You got it?
Cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Perfect. It looks like 16 points. So half of that is 8.
So 8 for the team,
Alright.
or 3 for Norbert.
A
Bada
three.
bing.
Bam. You know what's really nice about that, Norbert? If the roll had been lower, you might have avoided them scoring more points.
Yeah, it's true.
It
I was so
wasn't
close. I
lower,
was so close.
So close. So close indeed.
but you still
Right.
scored. All right, cool. Fantastic. Any other actions?
I think that's it.
I think that's
for
it.
now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I lose track in all the excitement, I swear. All right, Shay, you're up.
Okay, so Syrah going to use her free action to cackle to sustain her spell on her Barbatsu. He is going to take his first action to go up to Norbert, and he'll take his second action to glaive Norbert. So
Ooh.
does a 27 hit?
It does not hit Norbert.
All right, that's fine. She will then take her other 2 actions. Let me double check some movement here.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So she has a move speed of 25.
0 emerges.
She will move from there. And because she is within 30 feet, yeah, she will use one of her hexes and cast Stoke the Heart
Ooh.
on Dockshot.
Right.
So he now has a +6 status bonus to his damage rolls.
Yeah. I remember reading about one of this spell as we were doing preparation, and I had not read it before because I haven't gotten to go through each and every focus spell that's out there. And this one is intense.
It
Well,
is.
Yeah.
Would you mind reading the description, because we're so excited
Yeah.
about Stoke?
Absolutely. Intense fervor fills the target creature, empowering their blows. The target gains a +6 status bonus to damage rolls. Once this spell ends, the target becomes temporarily immune for 1 minute.
That is, and the duration is sustained up to a minute. So
Yep.
Quite the hex.
She doesn't always have the best morals in the world, but when she does her magic, it rocks. Great. Ooh.
And remind me again, who'd you
Nice.
put that on?
Doc Shot.
Doc Shot, fantastic. Thank you. I was working at a technical issue while you're doing that. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna put let's put a shiny, what do you think? Pink or purple?
Purple.
Purple. The purple
Purple it
dye
is.
of hexing. Okay, cool. So you got a little purple dot to represent your empowerment +6 status bonus.
Mm,
That is so potent. Okay.
Pretty intense.
All right. All set on actions. I was fixing a technical issue and was not counting. I'm
And that is all of her actions. So
That's
yeah,
it.
she is done.
Jason to keep me honest. All right, fantastic.
Doing my best.
Grognor, you are up.
Okay. I'm a little remiss I didn't choose any ranged options for this character. And thinking through my options, I'm not sure I have anything that's going to be better than just staying on this platform.
Ooh.
Hmm.
So,
From a points perspective, it is a solid choice.
yes.
That's
so perhaps
true.
a 5-foot step closer, a
Mhm.
full step as an action.
Sounds
And then
good.
perhaps Gronkor will unleash a roar, yelling, "Aren't you entertained?" to the crowd, if there is one in these stands.
There is. They're watching. They're clapping. They are very excited. And when you ask that, they stand and cheer. And then they're expecting you to do something.
Yes. Well, I think what Gronkor will do is he'll spend an action to pull out a scroll.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think it's something I want to use. Actually, yes, I can try to trick this this magic item because I'm not able to activate it normally.
Mhm.
And if I trick it, then I can use it at a later date, I believe. Later. Let me just make sure that's right.
I think when you trick it, it's at time of activation. It's sort of an in the moment sort of situation.
Okay. So it's an action to trick, and then it would be actions to actually use a scroll then. If that seems right. For the rest of your current turn, you can spend actions to activate them. Okay, so I can't quite squeeze in what I'm trying to do now. So I think that's just going to be my turn.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Well, I think staying there and scoring, since it's at the end of round 2, is a pretty good one. So a quick adjustment, though it hasn't had a direct effect on combat. That fantastic stoke the heart hex. We were just redoing the math on that because +6 seemed like quite a bit. It's actually going to be a +4 bonus as a 5th level spell. So
Okay.
all right, fantastic. Last action of the round, Lucian. What are you going to do?
He has to shake loose of this thing. How is that going to be done here?
Norbert, this is your vine arrow, yeah?
Yeah, so to escape, you can use, I believe, acrobatics, athletics, or a melee, unarmed attack. Is that right?
Yeah, so you just need to do exactly an escape action.
Mhm.
Okay, we're going to use athletics for that then,
Awesome.
and hope that
Neat.
worked.
Yeah,
You
just
succeed. You do not critically succeed, but I don't think it matters.
nope, you get
Okay.
free
Okay, so-
and remove the grabbed, immobilized, and restrained conditions.
So
Right.
that was one action. Am I still slowed at that?
The slowing was from a different effect, I believe.
So
the
the crit
movement
was to
penalty.
immobilize,
The
but
movement
the arrow
penalty-
normally slows.
Yeah, it lasts for 3 rounds. So this will be the first round.
Okay, so I can go 10 feet per action.
Wow, they
So-
really knew who to go for on this one.
Yeah, they really did. So we're going to jump him there.
Right, so
So
That
moving
should be
yep, up onto the platform and into a defensive position at the base of the stairs leading to the center.
yes, and I'm still not within reach of anybody, so
no.
that is just what it is at the moment.
They really got him pinned down, don't they?
They really do.
Well, now that was just one action. You've got 2 left.
Oh, I
There's one
thought
to escape.
one to escape, one to
Yep.
move.
Oh, 1 action left. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, then let's see if we can get a little closer.
So even if you're only moving 10 feet, you can go up 1 of those stairs, basically.
Mhm.
1 more
Let's
square.
go right there.
Yeah,
So I
commanding
should be able to do something next go.
as Lucian is
hoping.
like weighted down by armor and got vines
Ah.
all around him. And what's up?
I do believe from just quickly double checking the vine arrow text, it says the target takes a minus 10-foot circumstance penalty to speeds for 2d4 rounds or until it escapes against a DC of 19. On a critical hit, the target is also immobilized until it escapes. So I believe you got a little bit more movement still possible there. But
for that first action, would that have put me within 10 feet?
You know, I will agree with you on that reading and that interpretation that it would be one escape to get rid of both those conditions instead of two. So yes, I'll say that both of those conditions are ended.
Okay, let me.
In that instance, yes, you would have more speed. Would you like to adjust your actions?
10, 20, 20 would have gotten you to where you currently are. So one move action would have put you where you are currently standing.
Correct.
Okay. My only problem is there is a devil right in front of what I want to stab.
There is.
So we are going to
Always sort of right in your way, huh?
Yeah, he kind of is.
Well, Norbert took a pretty commanding position to deny people from getting up on the platform. So I think that was a pretty good choice. If you had any sort of maybe great jumping or leaping capability?
Not. I mean, maybe. That would be acrobatics, right?
It is an athletics check to jump.
Oh, that's even better, actually. So try to jump my butt right over him once I get back to where the heck that went.
Sorry.
So unless you have any feats to enhance your jumping, basically a long jump is 2 actions, which includes a stride, which you've already done. So we'll just include that. That's fine. And then make a horizontal leap, and the DC is equal to the total distance you're attempting to move. So basically, you choose where you're trying to go, and that sets your DC.
Because what I want to do is get between that devil and Norbert. What I ideally want to do.
Between them, yeah. So, they're adjacent to each other, so you won't be able to get quite between them.
So, would it be possible to jump over Norbert?
Yes. Basically, if you can jump high enough, if you don't have a bunch of feats and special abilities to enhance your vertical leap, you probably aren't going to get up the 15 feet it would take to get over Norbert, plus all that vertical distance.
Yeah, because the only thing I have
the
only thing I have to help with jumps is not for this.
Okay.
It's definitely not this.
All right. Well, you may not have a good option. I just wanted to throw that out there. Anything you'd like to do with your final action?
I'm just going to have to park my butt here and hope somebody moves.
All right. So that means end of round 2, beginning of round 3. We're going to take a quick 5-minute stretch for our participants while we take a look at the scoreboard. The ever so slightly messed up scoreboard. Let me fix this here.
Yep, my apologies on that. Technical issues from earlier, but I think we've got it squared away here. Yeah.
So right now we've got a massive 87 points on the red team.
Yes.
A huge score for the Tankards, who earned just a ton of points early on by that zone control. 60 of their points are from zone control, which means only 27 are from other, from damage and other methods.
That's right.
Versus the blue team, Justice and Mercy, with a 41 points on there, and only 20 of which is from zone control. So
Norbert took up a really solid position here, standing there right at the top of the stairs. That's going to make it really tricky if they're going to be able to get into position to shove him out of the way somehow or pull him off the platform with something. They're going to have to think creatively about getting someone up there. I think jumping is probably a solid strategy for them to consider as they go forward here.
If that's in their training, certainly. I'd say the Tankards have a ton of mobility, which is really aiding them in this zone control match. Something that, I think just that very factor is really working out for them. Like you said, the positioning that Norbert has is fantastic. It's just, I think it was a really smart choice. And based on where they are now, unless they can get Norbert to move or they have someone who can jump up there, that center platform is going to remain uncontested, scoring massive points for the red team every round.
Yeah, it's making it a little tricky for some of the red team's backline, current backline, to get up there and act maybe in the things that they were expecting to do. But yeah, I'm curious to see where and how they position themselves for the next 2 rounds of combat that we'll have coming up here. I am wondering if you have a particular highlight moment from the first 2 rounds here so far.
Yeah, so I think a couple of the things were actually pretty impressive. Looking over my notes, I thought that Reneric's use of the Necklace of Fireballs was fantastic. It scored a lot of nice points because of the AoE damage, and being a rogue isn't something you would really expect normally. So that was a pretty good use of that item. The Eldritch Archer, massive damage, as we always see with Eldritch Archers. They're able to dish it out, and every Eldritch Archer seems to love True Strike. So
yeah, it is. It's such a solid choice, as you said, for combat, especially when you're able to pile modifier on top of that. Here, where you're able to not only do a massive amount of damage, but also status effects and debuffs and all these extra things to help with positioning. It's really good.
I'm very interested to see what Doc Shot is going to be able to do with that +4 status bonus. We've already seen Doc Shot do some really big damage, and if anyone can get Norbert out of that position, it's going to be Doc Shot. And if Norbert goes down, we're going to see the floodgates of the blue team, of the entire Justice and Mercy team flooding onto that center platform to try to deny them some points.
Yeah, I definitely think that Norbert is the target to get at here. So I'm really curious if Menkare's Chosen perhaps can get those arrows to land where he wants them to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good. I see that the teams are getting ready. We're almost ready. Finish with our quick intermission, looking at everything, getting ready to get back to it for another 2 rounds of combat. We're going 4 total rounds tonight. We've already done 2, and let's see if Justice and Mercy can recover from this huge early game lead from the Adamantine Tankards.
And for those of you watching live on Twitch right now, we would love to hear your favorite moments so far. What things that you highlight as a special event, and be keeping in mind by the end of the match who you'd like to vote for as the most valuable player on the field today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely let us know, because everyone wants those bragging rights.
Definitely. Yeah.
Before we get back to it, let's look at those scores one last time. We've got the red team mostly just trouncing with that zone control points. Everyone else scoring some decent numbers of damaging points. On the blue team, a little bit of zone control. They've got control of their own side. And Reneric with those Necklace of Fireballs just really keeping it up, keeping their score up with those area effect damages.
Yeah, keep the pressure on. Cryptini in chat, yes, you can help us vote. Let us know. Yes, Maple Wendigo, thank you for voting for the Barbatsu. That's been a lot of fun to have them be present as well.
And the fantastic beard, his marvelous beard.
This marvelous beard. The Hora, thank you very much. I am glad to be able to help announce this today. And yeah, we are Jamesy Pants. I agree. The immunity from fire is clutch. It's definitely coming through, and it's clear why it's the favored resistance for so many of our competitors here in the arena. Yeah.
Oh yeah, lots of fire damage all over the place. All right, let's get back to it.
All right.
Back into the arena. We are at the top of round 3. Doc Shot, you're up first. What are you going to do with this fantastic damage bonus?
I'm just feeling so good with this. I just have to spread it and bring in my lady lass. She's like a daughter to me, because if I called her my wife, I would be in trouble with her.
Oh, no.
And we don't want to do that. So we're going to bring in, she's a bit paler in her skin, but she's a wonderful Vampiric Maiden coming up and around. Wonderful Norbert.
Oh my.
So the Vampiric Maiden is going to require a Fortitude save from Norbert.
All right.
Let's hit that spell here and see what that is going to do.
Are they casting a spell next to me then?
This is Doc Shot on the east end of on the east platform.
I thought
Yep.
he said a Vampiric Maiden was going to arrive, so I didn't know if it was a summon.
Well,
Name of the
Nope.
spell.
I see.
it's a
I
name of
hear.
a spell. It's got a 30-foot range. Yeah, Norbert's just within range. This is what's interesting. It's called Vampiric Maiden. It is not a lady. It is a ghostly iron maiden snapping shut on the target, draining them of their vitality. Go ahead. Make
All
that
right.
fortitude save. What do we got?
I did. It's a 32. Or it's a 32.
It's a
And
32.
you found the one energy that I'm not resistant to. Rude.
There it is.
But you did
So-
succeed at your save, which, thank goodness.
So that is going to give me a wonderful amount of half damage. So 14 plus 4, so 18 base. 9 damage is going to hit wonderful Norbert. Have
Just put a
all of that
scritch.
soak in. And it's one of those things, but I feel a little bit more revitalized with that because I'm gaining temporary HP equal to all of that negative damage dealt
All
right there. It's it feels very, very nice.
All right.
Nice.
The 710 hit
Alright.
points. Don't forget to record those on your character.
Okay,
And,
so that's 2
see-
actions. Yeah, you've still got something left, I think.
And the beautiful part is that doesn't technically have the attack action, which means I have my full amount to toss a strike out there.
Hmm.
It
So
does not technically have the attack action. You are
Yeah.
not wrong.
Yep. Let's see how
So-
this goes.
with that one, that means I can put damage out there again, right? It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Norbert, let's go ahead and see if I can pluck another arrow into you, my fine kobold friend.
Hmm.
Because you remind me of this one kobold we knew out of Rahadun, who was very, very similar to you, except he was kind of reddish and he had a bit of a beard thing going on and like these wonderful whiskers. He wasn't white. He was kind of a brassy sort of color.
Yeah, he kind of sounds nothing like me at all.
That's sort of just how Doc Shot talks. He goes on. He says it's like this. It's nothing like it.
Quite a strange bird, isn't he?
He
So I'm
is.
gonna point something out really quick. So Doc Shot, you have Stoke the Heart cast on yourself. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. You gain a +4 status bonus to damage rolls. Not melee damage rolls, not range damage rolls, not weapon damage rolls. Damage rolls.
Damage rolls.
Does
So
that
that-
count for every die?
It counts for every damage roll. And as far as
Okay.
I'm concerned, that spell has 2 different ones because you're doing 2 different sets of damage.
Ooh.
So does that mean that damage goes up by 4 in total? 8 to start and then halved?
Correct.
I'm gonna take
I
a
think
look.
so.
I want to make sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's 2 different damage expressions: 44 piercing damage and 44 negative damage. I'm gonna say yes. So each
I
one
mean,
of
does
those would
that
get a
mean
plus
that
4
every-
damage bonus.
Does that mean every time he hits with his corrosive longbow, that acid damage gets +4? Because that's how that would. That's like the same thing, right?
Hmm.
You bring up an interesting point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if
I'm
it's
in-
damage from one thing,
I'm gonna say it's from each thing. So you can choose if that's more negative damage or more piercing damage if you're doing multiple types. I'll let you choose the damage type if it's multiples, and that makes more sense. Thank you. I like that clarification better. We're gonna stick with that from here on out.
Gets
That is
to
an
we
excellent
would
point.
definitely have that on the negative damage for the spell.
I figured you would.
Okay.
All right,
And
so that
then
also
I think of-
increases your temp hit
My
points.
healing. It feels good.
Mhm.
Now,
Okay.
Norbert, does that 32 hit?
A 32 does hit.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
that means we're looking at 17. Not 17. 17 is wrong. I'm looking at the 7 and I'm wanting to add 10. That's not quite correct. So we're looking at 13 piercing and 2 acid. Are we also like soaking the acid damage, Norbert?
You found the one.
Found the
Ah,
one.
So it's negative. So it's negative. I do heal from positive though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
So wait, I apologize. It says 7 on the screen. How much is it actually?
7,
It's-
9.
Plus 2.
7 plus 4. It is going to be 11 piercing and 2 acid,
Gotcha.
or 7 piercing and 6 acid. But either way,
Mhm.
and that's my third action that's there.
All right.
So
One more left.
now we
Alright.
can't give up space here too much, but we can move up and remind all of my wonderful friends. Sometimes you just got to reach out and touch someone. Remember, vital beacon is a thing.
Mhm. Nice.
All right.
Good
And so
reminder.
that has me in touch radius of both Ranerick as well as Lucian.
I see. And remind us, Vital Beacon.
Vital Beacon allows any one of my allies or myself to spend an action and expend a charge off of the 3 stored charges that is on my character. And
Mhm.
so the first charge is going to be able to do the most healing, and it will be able to be used at least once,
Okay.
or be used once per turn. So the
Mhm.
first one is going to get a powerful heal off.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know what's really nice about that? That's a until your next daily preparations. So even though the participants all get a single action or activity to do just before combat, because this lasts all day, anything 8 hours or longer, they can basically prep in the morning because they know they've got a match that day, and it stays. So that's a fantastic spell selection. You get my little applause for that one. That was good.
Very good.
Choice.
Lucian, reach out, supplicate yourself to Aristil just a little bit. Feel what Zonkuthon can't give you himself.
Just a little.
Just a little. All right, Crag, over on the tankards, you are up. You are at the base of the western stairs. What would you like to do?
He's gonna shout to his friend, "Hey, the Sudsy baby up there. You want to head this way for heals or no? Because I'm way too far away from you."
It doesn't sound like a bad idea, you know?
All right. How about you come to the back of this platform here, and I'll hit you with the 2-action heal once I take Groknor. I'm gonna be behind the Groknor. Okay.
You're confusing me a lot, but I'll try it. I think I understand.
Oh, see you later. And I'm gonna delay my turn till after Norbert.
Ooh, okay. Bold choice. So we're going to have Crag delay just a little bit.
All
and
right.
we will give Minerva a chance to see what she's going to do.
All right.
Yeah, so
I'm going to put the D for delay, and Minerva, you are up.
I'll get that right back out because Minerva's also going to delay until Norbert moves.
Wow, everyone is just waiting. All right,
It's
Norbert.
starting to sound like the Norbert show.
Norbert,
Dying.
everyone's very
It might be
excited.
because I'm pretty low on health.
And just how low on health are you?
Well, unless you have some sort of roll you want to make to know the health.
Blood reader.
Do you have blood reader?
All right.
Norbert's going to go ahead and mobilize backwards.
Okay.
So he's gonna step,
Right.
just in case this guy has a attack of opportunity. He doesn't want to take that.
That sounds
He's-
sensible. And now that you've committed to that action, I will remind our audience that minions do not get to make reactions. Continue.
Ah, you're right.
Oh.
He will move to the back and he will enter his monastic archer stance.
Ooh.
Time for some shooting. Very nice.
All right. I believe this is where Crag said he wanted to go right after Norbert. Is this where you come out of delay, Crag?
Oh, here I'm coming, baby.
Oh, gosh.
He's gonna finish moving up to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Groknor, the zone's locked down. Move forward, do your thing. And then I'm going to use as my second and third actions a 2-action heal on my buddy who's on the other platform from me.
On Norbert there. All right. Fantastic.
Okay, so all the way at the bottom of the text there.
Got it.
Yeah. Substantial healing coming from Crag.
This is a level 5 heal. You rolled 20 plus 40 for a 2-action amount is 60 points of healing.
Get
I'm
that
back,
warm
baby.
healing booze in ya.
Tastes like Malort.
Yeah, like the wormwood.
Tastes like Malort. Okay. Fantastic. All right, so that looks like all 3 of your actions. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Minerva, would you like to come out of delay?
I would, yes.
All right. Fantastic.
Right. Yeah, Minerva had a quick question about rage damage in her character sheet in roll 20. I think I added it in there for part of the roll, but if it's not, we'll make sure that we add it in when
Right.
it comes up.
Awesome. Yeah. So Minerva will take a step up and replace where Norbert was.
Mm-hmm.
So, right
you go.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Got to
And-
take that commanding position at the top of the platform. Good tactics with the delay by the tankards.
Absolutely. And I'm going to 2-action attack with a knockdown feature.
Ooh.
Oh,
Taken.
So I have an iron cube attached to my war axe here, and this gives me the knockdown feat. So
Very nice.
Talismans coming into play.
yes. So I'm going to attempt to attack now, and we'll see if this is right.
Uh-huh.
That's what I have to
Okay.
do. Right click. Sorry.
Yep, you would hit the.
Yep. You
Hit
got
the
the
first attack,
attack
right?
button there. Yep. So a 24 on the attack roll against the
Okay.
Barbatsu.
That does hit. I do have a special question for Minerva.
Yeah.
Is your weapon silver?
No.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
It's I do acid damage and fire damage though, so that should help
Oh.
with anything.
Well, on a hit, on let's see.
How much
Looks
fire
like it
damage
didn't
do
roll
you
the
do?
damage.
Yeah, it did not roll the damage. Okay,
Sure.
Okay.
Get that in there.
hang on.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So it looks like
Okay.
it would be 11 slashing, 8 fire, 1 acid.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm just balancing a whole bunch of like resistances and such on this
Sure.
Barbatsu. So he would take none of that fire damage. He would take the acid, and then he would take 6 slashing damage
Oh, okay.
because he has physical resistance.
And then-
Absolutely.
Nice.
Because of the knockdown, I need to make I make an athletics check to trip the creature, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Alright.
It does count against your multi-attack penalty, but not until after you've resolved it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and roll that athletics check for me, please.
28.
28 against the Orbatsu's reflex defense.
Mm-hmm.
Reflex. Yes, that succeeds. So he is now prone, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's
Mhm.
knock
We
over
have
that devil.
another fun thing happen though,
Uh-oh.
because Dockshot is going to use one of his reaction spells.
Ooh, very nice.
Because you see, Minerva's strike was so powerful, it knocked the Barbatsu totally from its feet and
Mhm.
into the spikes, killing it instantly.
Wait, what?
What?
Except it didn't. The Barbatsu is now invisible, and Minerva
Ooh.
thinks she just killed it in one shot.
Oh, very
What is this
nice.
ability that you're
So,
using there?
Drop
Shot?
dead. Range of
Aha.
120 feet, targeting one creature, and it can be sustained up for a minute. But it's going to be going for the first one. The target appears to fall down dead, though it actually turns invisible. Its illusory corpse remains where it fell, and complete with a believable fatal wound. Now, the illusion looks and feels like a dead body, and if the target's death seems absurd, so like a barbarian at full health only taking 2 damage, that would be one thing, except it was a powerful strike that
It
did
was
a
a
bunch of
powerful-
damage and
Sure
with
was.
a knockdown effect.
Excellent.
It did. All right.
Okay.
I'll go for it. That sounds good. All right, cool. So yep, you killed the Barbetsu. Congratulations. You're the best.
Minerva, do you have an action remaining?
I do have an action remaining. I do not have an opponent technically in front of me right now. If it's invisible, I wouldn't know about that.
Mhm.
That's right.
Is it invisible
You
or just
would-
hidden?
Yeah, wouldn't
Uh,
you see the area
That is a
around it?
good point. There is
Mhm.
also an illusory corpse where it fell.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you basically hit it, you knocked it dead, it's laying there and dying.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say for the purposes, especially with this spell, in the spot that normally the creature would be hidden, the way we've been describing it is that there's sort of like a shimmery something. Like you can tell there's some sort of creature there. If you've ever seen one of those sci-fi shows and someone has a cloaking device that's not super good, like Predator, like you can still kind of tell it's there if you're really looking. Except there's an illusion on that same spot that's going to mess with you a bit. There is no save on this spell. It is simply like, nope, it's an illusion. So you would have to interact with this body in some way in order to save against it or realize that it is not an illusion. Illusion looks and feels like a dead body. Yeah. So you can make a perception check. Go ahead and make me a perception check to disbelieve it.
Okay.
I know what it says if it's odd, but I'm gonna say because of the weird way that invisibility works here, I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
32.
That does beat my spell DC.
I've got good eyes.
Okay, so you can tell that there's something not quite right with this illusory corpse that just dropped before you. It may occur to you that summoned creatures, when slain, poof and disappear. Versus this spell definitely leaves an illusory corpse.
This enrages me.
What
Why did the summoned creature...
Most things do.
Why did the summoned creature not poof?
Yeah. So I guess with that in mind, maybe I'll just take my war axe down and really just nail it down, because maybe I think it's not quite gone yet when it should be. Does that make logical sense?
Totally.
And would this would be my second attack?
It counts technically as your third. Yeah, because the trip counted as your second.
Action. Yep. That's fine. Ooh.
That will critically miss.
Critically miss. I'm going to say that you swing, because of the nature of this illusion spell, you swing and hit it, dealing more damage to this body, just mutilating the corpse, but, not scoring any points because you're just punching a corpse. All right. Cool.
Minerva's very proud and done nothing.
Nice.
All right, Reneric, you're up.
All right. I'm going to, let's see. This should be 20 feet. So that's this. You said this is half, right? These are difficult, so it's half.
Difficult terrain. Yeah, it takes 2 squares of movement to move up the stairs 1 square.
That's right.
Okay. So I just reviewed the book, and it looks like I can end a movement in an occupied space, an allied occupied space, but I can't end the turn in that.
Right, correct.
So I'm going to move there and then attempt to tumble through Minerva.
That sounds very good.
And
so to tumble through, you're going to make a stride action and treating your enemy squares as difficult terrain, but you need to make an acrobatics check versus their reflex DC, I believe, in order to get through.
See, my acrobat.
What about attacks of opportunity? How does this play in? With 2E,
That is
it's a little bit weird, but I have those.
Yeah, so in this one, it is a move action, and move actions do provoke attacks of opportunity, and there is nothing in Tumble Through that says it prevents reactions against. So you can certainly make an attack of opportunity.
Heck
if,
yeah.
If you have such an ability.
I have that. Yes, Minerva, mad. Do not come near me. So with that, that's a 25 to hit.
That's a miss.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay.
Dang.
Go ahead and make that acrobatics roll, please.
Yeah, let's see. That is a...
Go, Zach, go.
Hang on. Shut. Don't rush me.
You can do it.
Let's see.
If you click on the word acrobatics on your character sheet, it'll roll it for you. There's another way to do that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep. 24.
Does 24 beat Minerva's reflex DC?
Does not beat it?
No, it doesn't, because 10 plus.
10 plus. Yeah.
10 plus? Yeah, no, definitely not.
All right, in that case, your movement ends. I believe you have, one more action left?
Yeah, I will try to do that again, I guess.
That sounds reasonable.
Totally.
Let's see.
You've already
Can I
taken the worst of it.
Attack
so-
again? Or?
Yeah, you
Nope.
get one
Only
reaction.
one?
Yep.
Yep.
Acrobatics 28 versus Reflex DC.
Meets beats.
Oh, there it is.
As long as it hits it, that's a success. All right, so then you can
Does.
move through Minerva Square, treating it as difficult terrain.
Right.
And you do
Well
get a
played.
whole
Mhm.
stride action. So if you don't want to end directly adjacent to Minerva, you do not have to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna. Let's see. I kind of ruined everything. I'm gonna move here actually.
Okay.
Sure. All right,
Cool,
so moving to the edge of the platform,
Mhm.
just south of Minerva. Fantastic. All right. Sierra, you're up.
So Sierra is going to cackle again to sustain her spell,
Mhm.
but she's not going to take an action to give her minion 2 actions. She is first going to move.
Mhm.
All right.
She's thinking logically.
Okay.
Mhm.
Looks like you're.
All right.
She's going to move over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
And
south of
then-
the platforms.
Yep. And then she is going to cast. Yeah, over on Norbert, she is going to cast Chilling Darkness.
Chilling Darkness. Doing a quick range check on that. Is that a medium range spell?
That is 120 feet.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
well within range.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, let's see Chilling Darkness.
Mhm.
And so, does a 22 hit Norbert?
Absolutely not.
All
Oof.
right. Never mind then. It does
Ooh.
nothing.
Yeah, 4 on the die is a rough
4 on the
go
die is
of
rough.
the dice roller. Okay.
And that's all her stuff.
So I
All right, so
believe.
you did
yeah.
not spend an action to sustain your spell, is that right?
She did. She cackled. It's a free action.
So that sustained your
hex.
your hex on Doc Shot, but I believe does it sustain all spells or just hexes? when you
It
cackle?
says, with a quick burst of laughter, you prolong a magical effect you created. You sustain a spell. So if she's choosing spells, she would like to keep her Barbatsu.
I
Okay.
see. Okay, so you're cackling twice essentially, because it does not have a restriction on once per turn. So
There you go.
all right.
Wow, witches.
Witches.
They do a lot.
They sure do. All right.
Hold on. Quick intervention. Hex is a trait that says that magic requiring your familiar to draw from your patron. As such, you can only cast one spell with the hex trait each turn. So you can cast one hex, one cackle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then
Which one would you
again,
like to sustain?
I would like to sustain the Barbatsu.
Cool.
Okay, very good. So in that case, that bonus drops. Boom, off of Doc Shot. Okay, great. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Grunkor, you are up.
Okay.
You're over on the western platform, sharing it with Crag. What would you like to do?
Yes. Gronkor mutters to himself, my disgrace to my clan if I miss the battle. And clutching this scroll of Dimension Door in his hand, he attempts to activate it. And I think he's got an eye for the far 10-foot platform somewhere near Doc Shot there.
Yeah,
so,
you can absolutely see there.
This is a level 5 spell for the scroll, I believe. I have an Arcana check I need to make that's going to be difficult. Oh, but a 29, I think, should succeed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That's an action.
That is a
very
big
nice.
move.
2 actions to cast the Dimension Door, which will take me line of sight over to their platform.
Beautiful.
And thus I end my
Unbelievable.
turn.
And thus you end your turn. Wow, contending their platform on their side, on the east side of the arena. That was an amazing move. One of the highlights of this match, to be sure. Lucian, end of round 3, you are up. What you gonna do?
Okay, first I do want to take advantage of Doc Shot's vitality thing to get some hit points back.
Sounds great. Gonna reach
Come
out and
get your
touch
full
someone.
D10.
Yeah, that's 4d10.
Ooh.
Who's rolling for that?
I got you.
Jason, gotcha.
Yep, here we go. 29 points of healing.
Oh, thank God.
Yep.
Okay, He's going to spend a move to move. Help if I didn't have pan view clicked. And get right here. And give Gronknor a good old stab with the glaive.
All right, so Lucian's moving back down to that platform that is now contested to get Gronkor off of it.
All right. Let's see how it
Okay,
goes.
let's see here. I'm going with the glaive.
29 to
Right.
hit Gronkor.
29 does not hit.
Oh,
Hmm.
so close.
Tyrant versus
And-
tyrant.
Was
Oh,
that was taking advantage of Doc Shot's thing? That's an action, right?
That is one
Correct.
action.
Okay,
Mhm.
then I'm out of actions.
You're out of actions. But that was a noble strike. So close to hitting.
Was
top-
indeed.
Top of round 4. Our scores are still moving up, 93 to
Yeah,
47.
They sure are. So we've got, actually, I need to record the zone control points here because we've got.
That's
uh,
before zone control. Go
that
ahead and
is
add those
before
in,
zone control points. So
and
this
we
is.
will move on.
Yeah, we sure will. So that's 20 points for red from their control of the 2 platforms to the left, 5 points for challenged control to the blue team on the right. Let's keep going.
All right, fantastic. And it's a really good thing that Lucian moved down also to attack, making sure that they had control of that platform, not just trying to deal damage. But that was
Right.
a good withdrawal, I'd say, on that part.
Yep. Yeah.
And
And a great,
weakening their
and a
stance.
very strong choice by Renard to tumble through to get up onto the top platform, because that would have been yet another 10 points for the red team without that maneuver. So clutch
All
choice.
right. In our 4th and final round here, Doc Shot, these are your last sets of actions. What are you going to do with them?
Just to make sure, Grognor, are you're wearing armor, right? Heavy armor, nice and platey type stuff.
Oh, he is clad in full plate, baby.
That, I always wondered, doesn't that just get hot all the time? Just like your entire armor just suddenly starts heating up viscerally because
no.
the metal of your armor from my 2-action heat armor spell is just going to keep searing into your skin viscerally because you're wearing this lovely armor, right? And how many actions does it take to remove a full plate? You can't just drop it, right?
It takes a lot of actions.
A lot of
A lot of
actions, I
actions.
imagine.
So
Probably more than one more round.
Yeah.
It's unlikely to come off this round. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and toss out that wonderful heat metal action. It looks like we need a reflex saving DC unless there's some modifiers on that for it being its own full plate. I don't know how well you dodge that.
Yep.
Well,
I will make a reflex save. I have the Bulwark ability, I believe, which gives me a +3 on reflex saves against things that deal damage.
okay.
So this will be a +3 to this roll. Oh, great roll. That is a 33, I believe.
Okay.
So a 33 is a success. So you're going to take half damage and it's not going to deal any persisting damage. So that bulwark padding is doing some good work there, but it's
Mhm.
all red, glowy, and hot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fantastic.
Gronkor lights up.
How much
Indeed.
damage was that?
Half of 11. Vanessa, I
Five
believe
whole-
5
5 whole
points of
points.
damage. Yep.
Okay. So as a reaction, Gronknor would like to yell out, "You dare damage me in battle? Kneel!" And he's going to use the Iron Command ability that the Tyrant has.
What?
You scallywag, you absolute scallywag. Chris.
I was looking for it. So, I command my enemy to kneel before me in obedience. You can either kneel to drop prone as a free action or refuse, and I will deal mental damage to you.
I will refuse, for Aristil cares
Mm,
not.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Likewise, as you deal your damage, you will take my Blood Vendetta reaction spell.
Oh my
Whoa!
god.
Oh, no!
I cast reverse Uno card.
Oh, no!
Okay,
so,
so
11 mental damage to Doc
yes,
Shot.
and
And?
I also have the Divine Smite ability that the Tyrant gets, which he now takes persistent evil damage equal to my Charisma modifier, which
Wow.
is 4.
Okay, all right. Which one of you is pulling out Exodia? Come on.
Yeah. I
One
cast
of them's
Pot
got
of
the legs, the
Greed.
other's got the arms.
Okay,
So-
so that
Oh my-
resolves my action.
And I need a will
Wow.
save for my blood vendetta.
Okay, will save coming up.
Nice.
Oh no.
This is amazing.
God, rolling rocks with a 31.
So that is going to succeed. We're going to go ahead and put the blood vendetta in our chat.
Thank you.
Okay.
So for the success, you're going to take half persistent bleed damage now.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wow.
I'm taking persistent, you're taking persistent.
And how
that.
much is that? It
Yeah.
says it's 2d6 persistent.
2d6.
Go ahead and roll that, please.
hmm
Nevertheless, they persist.
They both do.
See,
All
but
right.
the difference is that I have the ability, I can help myself with my saves, and I can battle medic myself to fix all of my damage with my wonderful healing hands for a flat 46 heal points from
Ooh.
very magical, non-magically induced healing to bring
Ooh.
myself back up to full.
Cool.
And then release an actual strike now, the only actual strike for my turn. And we're going to unleash a bolt right in Groknar's face.
Wow.
And since he's already used his reaction, there's no attack of opportunity. I just have a -1 to my attack roll.
Didn't
All
even have
right.
the feat. I was just bluffing.
Ah,
Sorry to be able to punch you right in the mouth.
wow.
So does a 33 hit?
33 will definitely hit.
Wow.
So then we will go ahead and knock on 12 additional piercing damage,
Okay.
as well as some acid damage there for the funsies.
For the
Wow.
funsies.
So can I recap that one? Because we
Yes.
started off by
Oh
heating
my
up his
goodness.
armor, and then he tells me to kneel, and then we go no. Which I get it. I deal with evil paladins all day, every day.
All day.
Y'all are always full of talk. And then you activate my vendetta because you know what? Sometimes with people who have an attitude problem, they need to have someone stand up to the bully. And then I shoot you in the face. But because you have a
Like you
great
do.
helmet, it just pinks off a little bit. I should have aimed for your helmet. Oh man, I should have done that first. Dab nabbit.
That was a great round.
That was fantastic.
Tried.
So good.
And now that is the end of all 4 of my actions.
Wow. All right, Norbert, you are up. You are fully healed. You are seeing invisibility. What would you like to do?
Well, seems my team's got this in hand. But waste not, want not. Let me see how far away I am from Renaric. That looks like a solid 30 feet. I don't like you, man. Fireballing me twice.
Whew.
So I'm going to go ahead and attempt a ranged feint, which I get as a kobold with my grovel
Ooh.
within
Mm.
30 feet. Hey, man, I think I'm probably pretty done with this, and you got bigger fish to fry, right? And he's going to go ahead and attempt to make you flat-footed here.
Ooh. Is this a deception check for
Deception, yes.
you? All right. And this would be against
It's only a
will
27, and it is actually, yes, against will instead of perception.
DC.
Yeah.
So Renaric, what would your will DC or will DC be?
That is a 15.
Okay.
Or I'm
so
sorry, no, will DC is 25. Sorry.
5.
All right, well,
Okay.
only rolled a 5, but I could have done with a 3.
Okay. Success.
Success there. He's going to, why not, activate a vine arrow, his second vine arrow of the day, and
Okay.
flurry here. So the first
Right.
attack is a 26 against my flat-footed foe.
Renaric, is a 26 enough to hit your armor class?
It is not.
Ooh, bummer.
With flat-footed,
Wait.
minus
That's what-
2.
Yeah,
Minus
-2.
Actually meets it right there. Yeah.
Ooh.
I thought
Hey.
so.
Hey.
So that's a
Okay.
hit with the vine arrow. So you are hampered. Your speed is reduced by 10 until you make an escape for
2d4 rounds, right?
Oh, that didn't seem to work.
Flash R.
For at least this round.
For 4
correct?
rounds.
4 rounds. Okay.
You know, this
and
is the last round. It is definitely this round.
And then let's get some damage here on that one. That is 6 piercing damage and 3 electricity damage. And then my second attack is coming against your flat-footed AC as well. Oh, I also have the rogue dedication.
Mhm.
So that will be an additional D6, I believe. to a
Wow,
flat-footed
monastic
target.
rogue.
Yeah.
Woo. There's all kinds of religiosity.
Takes
in
all
Galarian.
kinds. So 6 more precision damage.
Ooh.
And then let's get a second strike here. That's a 27 to hit,
Which we know is a hit.
which we know will
Oh.
hit. So that's another 8 piercing damage, 1 electricity damage, and
Comes the sneak attack.
4 damage from my sneak attack.
Nice.
And that's my full turn.
Oof.
That is a pretty
Round.
good and damaging turn.
All right,
Yeah.
so altogether that was how many?
Okay, we're looking at 9 plus 6 for 15 and
28 damage.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mhm.
All right, look at that blood spurting on that token. Fantastic. All right,
Ooh.
Crag, you are up. Last and final set of actions. What would you like to do?
All right, Craig is going to cast another long range spell and
All right.
drop a 10-foot radius right where I am pinging on the map here.
Ooh. Let's see, you're pointing it to a corner. Do you want to go for this one here or tell me north, south, east, or west?
I want to catch Lucian and Doc Shot here. Well, it's
Okay.
it's
That
it's
was
I'm
alright.
sorry, it's a radius, so unlike a burst, right? That's from the center of a square.
Hmm.
Or am I
No, it's
making that up?
A radius is just directional. So yeah, it's still going to go on a corner.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yeah, so your 10 foot's still going to be from a corner, but yeah, that you can easily pick a 10-foot corner. Doc Shot and Lucian are standing right next to each other. You can easily pick a corner that'll get both of them.
Sure, that's totally fine. That's exactly what I'll do. All right, Cade and Kalian, let's bring the house down. I gotta get these boys back to the showers. Gotta scrub down for the post match here, and that's gonna be Flame Strike right there. So I'm gonna need some reflex saves.
Flame Strike! Oh my gosh. So
Give me
far,
the fire water.
go ahead and roll that damage. So far, Doc Shot with a 29 on the reflex save, Lucian with a 25. What's your DC?
My DC is a 29, so Doc
Ooh.
Shot meets beats there for a success, but that's still partial.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
Did that proc in the chat? Yeah, it sure
Look at
did.
that 31 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Some solid rolls on 8d6 of damage.
Uh-huh.
Hell
These
yeah.
rolls aren't working for me.
Ooh.
So that
well,
fire billows over, it blows up his elven cloak, and his hood kind of comes over. That resistance of fire, only taking 10 damage from that wonderful save.
mhm.
Toasty.
I don't think that's exactly true because if you have fire resistance, you only apply a half of it.
That's true for Flame Strike. It
That is
has
true for Flame Strike.
separate thing.
Shut
Yep.
yourself up a little more, baby. And then I'm gonna take my last movement here to drop right into the center of the platform and try and lock it down.
Park it.
All right. Very good. Make sure that you cannot be moved off of it. Fantastic. Minerva, you are up next. Standing in that, as we've said before, that commanding position on the eastern edge of that center platform, denying the blue team, denying Justice of Mercy from getting up there at all.
Mhm.
What are you gonna do? You got a rogue that snuck past you.
That is absolutely true. And I have read the description of this item a couple times that I'm about to use as
Okay.
Minerva kisses her ring of the ram. And
Yes.
I can use a 3-action activate
You can.
Okay.
in order to try to push him off into the spikes as well as do
Mhm.
force damage. So,
Ooh.
Woof.
yeah. And I've looked and it doesn't actually say that the ram has to come directly out of my, like, it doesn't need to go in that same direction. It just says it's within the same site. So if you guys have a different ruling on that, let me know. But that's
Uh,
Let me just check real quick. You're trying to have Renark go kind of southeast into the spikes, you're hoping?
yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
Vanessa, what do you think?
Pushes is generally away from your target, so I'm gonna go with sort of the definite definition of push and the thematic effects of the Ring of the Ram, which is essentially pew pew with a ring. And I'm gonna say it should go essentially from you to your target. So if you'd like to
Okay.
take a step and do a 2-action, you could do that, or you can simply push Renarik off of the platform to the south. But with a 3-action version, it will still get him off of that center platform, allowing you to score even more points.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I was thinking. No matter what, I want to push him off.
Although the spikes
and I
would
don't
be
wanna move.
hilarious.
If I move, I'll open that lane up. So
Mhm.
I'm not willing to do that right now.
Mm.
So
Alright.
I'm gonna stay with my 3-action Ring of the Ram, and what I will need is a Fortitude save from Renarak.
Mhm.
All right.
Hmm.
I'm clicking it, trying.
Oh,
There it goes.
no, it's good.
Oof.
35 on
That
the
is actually a critical success, so you're unaffected, and that infuriates me. And with my last action, I'm
didn't
going
die.
to attack
Oh, no.
because I have 4 still.
Yep.
So I'm still going to go ahead and use my striking corrosive weapon and attack.
Oh my gosh. Well, only that critical success was gonna save for Renarik,
Yep.
so
Yes. So in my anger, I'm gonna blindly kind of strike out. Not blindly, it's actually quite precise with a 32.
quite
Does a 32
forcefully.
hit?
I believe it will. Renark, your AC
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
28?
28, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
so
30 with nimble dodge, but yeah. It still
Yeah.
hits either
Even
way.
if you activate nimble dodge, you're still getting hit. All right, so
and that is 20 slashing damage as well as 2 acid and 8 fire because I'm still raging mad.
30
is-
points of damage.
Yeah.
that is a fantastically big
Oh.
hit.
Mm.
Whoop.
For a
Okay.
fantastically big dwarf.
Yes.
I'm still big.
So big. The biggest of dwarves. Renarik,
Right.
it is your turn. What would
All
you like to
right.
do?
I am going to attempt another tumble through.
Interesting.
Mm.
Just know
To
your
get-
speed's reduced by 10 without escaping from
Right.
my fine shot.
Yeah.
That gives me a 35 still. So tumble through. That is,
Attack of opportunity.
yeah.
Yep.
It does get that, but
Mhm. Ooh. Nice.
Natural 20.
Get him! Get him!
Natural
bro.
20 on the attack of opportunity.
Oof.
Oh, whew, that is
Oh, that
That
was
is-
really good feeling.
that is
It's
spicy.
19 slashing and 3 acid and 8 fire, but that's doubled.
Yes. Yes, it sure is.
My.
So we're
So
looking at
60.
30 damage, doubled to 60. Yep. Also, the target's armor takes 8 points of damage before applying hardness, which might just lower Renarik's poor AC. Wow.
Renarik, how you doing?
so that was 60 or right?
Yep.
You say okay. I'm still alive.
Oh
Still
wow.
up.
M-
So I'm going to move here.
how many hit points did you have before that strike?
I had 70. Oh, I
It
did
took
that
you
wrong.
down 60, so you have 10
Yeah,
left.
sorry.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ouchie.
And let's see, tumble through with my tumble behind feet puts me puts Minerva flat-footed,
Okay.
and I'm going to attempt a shove.
All right, let's see if it was worth it. Ooh, shove to knock her off the platform. That'd be a
Can
good
you
one.
be flat-footed?
I cannot be flat-footed.
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought.
So let's try that shove.
That's fine. Shove goes against the DC unless you have a specific feat to lower their fortitude DC on the shove attempt. It won't have made a difference anyhow. So go ahead and make that athletics check.
Let's see. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
But we have to agree,
Oh.
the tumble is what made it fun.
The tumble is what made it
Wow.
fun. We're gonna go with the
But-
first
That's not
registered
good.
roll, a natural 20.
Yes.
Wow.
40.
Nice.
40
Damn.
versus the athletics check. Instead of just pushing Minerva 5 feet, you push Minerva 10 feet.
Wow.
Wow.
Roll 20, keeping it exciting.
My
Thanks.
question is, would you like
Yeah.
to push Minerva into the square next to the stairs or the square next to the platform?
Oh, let's make it the most difficult thing. Let's put the square next to the stairs.
That sounds
Oof.
great. Minerva,
Yikes, Minerva.
you are
Oh,
looking like
that's
you're going to fall into these fantastic spikes unless you can use a reaction to catch an edge. But you can't because you made an attack of opportunity.
Very greedy.
Yeah.
Let's
Minerva
bring
thought she
out
was too big to be pushed.
let's bring out the spikes. These are a plus 25 to hit.
25 to hit. Let's see how they do.
Well, my AC is a
Whoop.
28,
Oh.
so
Let's try that again. All right. It's getting late. I'm tired. I only rolled a
Whoa.
3. 28. Does a 28 hit Minerva's AC?
neat beats.
Oh my.
I know.
As Minerva tries to twist herself out of the way of getting hit, she still gets poked and prodded and pierced just a little bit for 8 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, that could have been so much worse. All right, I'm gonna also move you over here just for
Alright.
funsies and prone. There you are, lying in the spikes, not in a scoring position. And I believe, Eric, that was your final action, was it not?
I think I have one more.
You do. That was just a
Oh, that's
move
right. You
and a
tumbled,
shove.
a move and a shove. All right. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have one more. Thank you. I was recounting
Yeah.
them, and I lost one in there somehow.
I'm going to. Actually, I don't know if there's really anything I can do at this point. Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna end my turn.
Yeah, and your turn. All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Sierra.
It's Sierra's turn. She's going to go ahead and dismiss the Barbatsu. She can't cackle any longer on that.
Okay.
But she does not like Grandcore.
Ooh.
Who does really?
Who does? Yeah.
So what she's going to do is she's going to cast Crisis of Faith on him.
Oh no.
And I would need a... Let me double check this. Yes, I need a will save.
Mhm.
Here it comes.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
20
Are you a
Four.
divine caster?
That looks
Do you
low.
cast divine spells?
So I have focus spells, but I don't necessarily have the cast a spell ability as a champion.
You use cast a spell to cast focus spells. They are spells, in fact. So yes.
Then I'm a divine caster, baby.
Wow.
That's true. That
So
is-
you
that
are
is a
going
true
to
thing.
take 23 mental damage.
Okay.
That's
Plus.
what's additional, right?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
the
is that
additional
additional?
damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in total, you're going to take 44. Yeah, I can do
Yes!
math.
Oh
You're
my
going to take
goodness.
44 mental damage.
Solid damage. Solid damage.
You see, that's
let's-
why Aristotle says evil doesn't pay.
Yeah. What has Zon-Kuthon done for me lately?
I'm going to correct this. I'm sorry.
I don't
you will-
really care about Zon Kasan.
I apologize. The additional damage is just a macro thing that when you put it in there, it calls it additional damage.
So
It is in
20
fact 23 damage.
So he's
We're
gonna
all
take 23
very
mental
excited,
damage.
but still,
Oh,
it's
okay.
23.
Sorry.
No.
My fault.
But still, that
How
was
dare
fantastic.
rules not work in my favor?
I know. I just wanted to make sure, because sometimes using Roll20 is fantastic, but the templates that we use for the macros have, we have to work within them, and they do some weird things sometimes. But still, 23 points of damage is scoring damage. That is fantastic, and whittling away at poor Gruncor's health.
So Sierra still has one action, and
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask a little bit of a question.
Sure.
Is it possible that she could, using her 25 feet of movement, climb up onto these stairs?
25 feet. So the stairs are basically at a 45-degree angle. It makes calculating height really easy for me. So if you wanted to get up on the stairs, you would have to have an incredible jumping power.
Okay, then never mind. She won't do that. What she will do is get up in Grandcor's business because she'd like to get on this platform, but that's about all she can do.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Very
Okay.
nice. Grandcor, it is your turn, and I would just like to inform the audience that we double-checked the reaction used by Dockshot. What was it? The crisis.
Blood Vendetta.
Blood Vendetta. Thank you.
Mhm.
Only triggers off of piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning damage. Mental damage would not trigger it, even if there is a little bit of blood trickling out of your ear or nose. It is not enough to trigger a Blood Vendetta. So Grandcor does not have that persistent damage to worry about. Grandcor, last actions of the round. What do you want to do?
Okay. Gronkor sees his fallen companion off
Yeah.
into the spikes below him, and he
Ah.
doesn't want to get her involved in what he's about to do.
Oh.
So he's going to take a 5-foot step diagonal over onto
Oh.
the platform and
All
say
right.
to the enemies surrounding him, "Let me give you a taste of what Zon Kuthan has to offer." And he is going to activate his Mask of the Banshee
Oh no!
Oh
from
my.
Gronkor, and the mask emits a soul-killing scream. And I need every living creature in a 20-foot emanation, the three foes surrounding me, to make
Yes.
a basic fortitude save or take 60-10 negative damage.
Wow.
That's some spicy negative damage.
It is. It is a substantial amount.
It is
Okay.
a DC 25 basic fortitude save, and we're looking at 31, 34, and 31. Everyone
Yeah.
saves, but no
Oof.
one critically saves.
So it looks like everyone takes 17 points of negative damage.
Whew.
That's three hits.
Now, see, if 2 negatives
Solid
make a positive,
hits.
3 negatives still make a negative, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. just
So one
making
action
sure.
step, 2 action to activate the mask. That's my turn.
All
All
right.
right. That was a pretty darn good final action. Lucian,
choice.
is there a way you can earn some points for your team in this very last action of this match? Jules, what do you got?
Can't threaten him with Zon Kuthan when he follows Zon Kuthan. Is there a way to push this man straight into the damn spikes?
There sure is. You can use a shove action, it's just athletics based, to just shove Grunkor into the spikes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you trained or better in athletics?
I definitely am. Sorry, I'm trying to get to it.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah,
I'm actually expert in athletics.
yeah. A simple 5-foot shove, a simple success will.
Oh,
Oh
God.
Oh no.
Natural one. Natural
Okay,
one
we're
on a
going
shove.
to.
Yeah.
Frick. We're going to use his last 2 actions to try to get over here. Then.
I have
To try
bad
to
news
get
for you
on the-
though.
Sadly.
On a critical failure, you lose your balance, fall, and land prone.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's
no.
true.
Oh no.
So sad.
That is so bad.
Frustrating.
It
See,
is
this why I
frustrating.
keep telling you, he's not worth it. He's never worth it. This is why I keep preaching to you every other wheel day.
You have
Fucking
2
Salt
actions left.
Well, one of them's going to have to be get his butt up.
Okay. He can stand up,
and-
and you have 1 action remaining.
Yeah.
You can try it again at a negative penalty.
-5. Yep.
Okay, we're going to try it again. I don't know how to add negatives, so we're just going to roll it and see what happens.
All right.
God, please work.
What will the
That's
dice do now?
Come on, Zon Kuthan.
Okay.
25 total. Does a 25 beat Gruncor's Fortitude DC?
It does not.
Ooh,
Ah.
rats.
Really?
Oh.
I got a
Ah.
31.
Yep.
21 base on my fortitude.
Yep.
Whew.
Plus-
So
Yeah.
the very final actions of the round, as Lucien attempts to push Grunkor, slips and falls, stands up, and continues to push and push and push against Grunkor, who is absolutely immobile. And thus we end our match.
Boys, quit
Oh.
shoving.
And in terms of zone control, it looks like we have just a pure contest, no points scored for the big center platform.
Mhm.
We have a few points on the eastern platform, a contested victory, but still a little bit of control, but a full-on total control for double points over on the western platform. So,
Yeah.
whew, those
Oof.
are some scores.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I think we've got the final score tallied here. We'll go back over with the Chartomancers later to recheck all the stats. But
All
we're
right.
currently looking at a score of 163 for the red team and 78 for the blue team.
There they go, 163 and 78. Fantastic. Let's take a look at that breakdown. 90 points in zone control.
90 points. Huge,
yeah.
huge difference. Yeah.
Giant amount there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. That top of the stairs positioning was a huge tactical choice for the red team to really lock things down, and the blue team just needed a few different maneuverability options to get back up there to challenge that. It was really a tricky positioning for them to work past. So very nicely done there, but great showing from both of our teams.
Absolutely.
Wonderful display. Is there anyone that you would like to talk to in particular about their choices, Vanessa, for what they picked here?
Oh my gosh, there certainly is. You know what? I gotta bring in Renaric. He creeps me out a little. I'm not gonna lie to you. He creeps me out a little. But that shove, getting Minerva down into the spikes, was just a beautiful move.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
we should bring Renaric in. It's going to take just a moment. I know they're all sort of, checking their gear and, checking their weapons. We don't allow any weapons in the interview area.
Yeah, calming down the rage a little bit in Minerva's case. It's a little trickier to do down among the spikes, but at least they didn't hurt her. So our mechanics won't have to repair the spikes afterwards from anything she might do to them, is the good news. So, yeah. Thank goodness. All right.
I think I have him just about ready here.
Okay, sure. Yeah, and those of you watching us live on Twitch, we would love to hear some of your votes as well for MVPs for this match for each of those teams. Please give us your feedback right there in the chat. We would love to hear from you. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's go ahead and I hear that Renaric is here and up with us. Let's talk to Renaric. Renaric, I gotta ask. You took some huge risks there, trying to get that center platform. Tell me about those choices.
Well, I wasn't really caring much about points. I just wanted to see somebody get impaled.
Right. Okay. Well, that it does explain a lot, because you took a massive hit right before knocking Minerva off. I'll tell you, that was a bloody round.
Yeah, well, I like blood, so it's fine.
Including if it's your own?
Hey, the more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Well, how are you feeling about this match now that it's completed?
Well, I'm gonna go do some drugs, so I'm doing pretty good.
Well,
we're in Katapesh, and you can buy anything there.
Everything's legal in New Jersey. I mean, Katapesh. So, all right. Well, have a nice trip, I guess, and we'll see you next match. Wow, that's
looking forward to your turn.
That's a character, that one. I'll tell you what.
It is a character. At least, he's got very clear purposes.
Very clear.
Spikes,
you always.
You can't boil it down much further than that for arena combat.
You definitely know what his motivations are. That's for sure. The other person I kind of want to talk to is actually Norbert. Do you think we should bring Norbert up here?
I think talking to Norbert makes a lot of sense there. That would be great.
All right.
While you are getting ready to talk to Norbert,
Yeah.
some of the folks in chat are asking us for our exhibition match scoring rules that I would be happy to share just a little bit about. So
Sure.
just to quickly recap, you can get points for damaging someone. Usually that's 3 points or 6 on a critical hit. You can get 2 points for debuffing someone or 4 on a critical success to debuff them. If you knock someone out, that's 10 points. If you kill them, that's 20 points. Kill, of course, in quotes. Thank you, Clerics of Pharasma, for helping us take care of those folks.
Yes. Rather than death, they just get teleported out of the arena for emergency medical care.
Exactly. Yeah. If you revive an ally from being knocked unconscious, you can get 5 points. There was an interesting strategy proposed earlier this evening that I'll have to revisit with you at some point to see how that works out with whether you could revive an enemy to come back in to try and knock them unconscious again for more points, and whether that would work for. We'll have to hash that one out.
Let's look at the rules lawyers look over the tournament rules and figure out how to avoid strange shenanigans that are not entertaining to our crowds.
Indeed. If you control the central platform at the end of the round, that's 10 points. It's doubled if you're the only team on that platform. And if you control one of the 2 side platforms at the end of the round, that's 5 points. And again, doubled if you're the only team controlling that. So the reason we saw the red team pull ahead quite quickly in terms of points from the match was that they had solo control of the central platform and the small platform on the left, which made for really quick increases in points in the first couple rounds there for them. So
getting control of those. Yeah, that first round control of those platforms is key on one of these zone control matches.
Absolutely.
And those high maneuverability abilities and options really pay dividends. So
definitely
looks like Norbert is ready for his interview. We're going to pull him in. Hey, Norbert, how are you feeling after this match?
You know, I took a bit of damage there. There were a lot of shots fired at me, but I felt like I fired back, and you know, it really put the hurt on. You know, I never thought that those vine arrows would be so useful, but I've been using vines to tie up the mast of my ship for quite some time, and thought they might, you know, maybe I could use them in this circumstance, and it seemed to work out for me.
So one thing that I thought was interesting is you were able to quickly take control of that central platform due to high maneuverability, and right at the beginning of the second round, you were able to sort of get right up in there and block anyone from coming up onto the platform. Was that a tactic that you yourself had come up with, or something your team had discussed ahead of time?
Well, you know, I was actually feeling a little bit sluggish this morning. I didn't have my haste. I was hoping that I might be able to make it all the way to their platform with a fourth action there, but I chose to fly instead. I tend to think that being on the other side of the field is really where you get the best perspective. So I was going to use that tactic right away.
I see.
I was expecting to get hit a lot in that spot. It felt like you know, coming up the stairs, maybe somebody might punch me in the mouth there, get me pushed back there. But I got kind of lucky that you know, the guy that kept hitting me all the time was an archer just like me, and so you know, we could trade blows, and he didn't come up in my face at all. So so I actually felt pretty good about it, and he used cold damage on a white kobold, which you know, I got a couple tricks up my sleeve.
That's right. Well, I just want to hand it to you. I thought that your tactics and ability to get control of those zones right at the beginning of the fight was fantastic. Please also just my commendations to Minerva as well for getting up there right away. So if you would tell her thank you for me, or just, you know, congratulations, I suppose, on winning this match. Your team did a fantastic job.
Minerva, the judges are telling you congratulations. They're saying you did a great job.
I fell off the mat.
It happens to the best of us, I think.
It does. It happens.
It certainly does.
Oh my goodness. You two.
Excellent.
You two are hilarious. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I would like to give each of our teams one last shout out to talk about their podcast and where to contact them. We will once again be starting on the red team. So where can folks find Hideous Laughter, what's the best way to locate your show and your socials?
Sure. We are hideouslaughterpodcast.com or at Laughter Hideous on Twitter. I believe we're at Hideous Laughter Pod on Instagram, and we're all over pretty much the rest of social medias. We have a Patreon if you like what you heard.
Yeah.
Come check it out. I'm sure a lot of us do, and a lot of us love you guys for your support.
Hey,
Oh, thanks so
cheers.
much.
Glad to get to share it with the community. Yeah.
And over to the blue team, dice fall, everyone dies. No one died this time, but there was quite a bit of blood. Congratulations on the match. I know you probably didn't fare as well as you had hoped, but it was very entertaining. Where can folks find out about your show and hear more from all y'all?
So Dice Fall and Everyone Dies is on each of the major podcast platforms. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, all the good stuff, or Apple Podcasts as they call it now. We're also on Twitter at Dicefall Pod. We'll go ahead and we'll toss the Twitter link down here in the Twitch chat because y'all are awesome. And we love to appreciate and have everyone come over and join us. Then we also have our Patreon, where we have a Patreon exclusive game. Game Goes to Galerion, which is Isekai meets Pathfinder 2. That is a homebrew that is GM'd by Shay. So we get a little bit of some rotating around on that one.
Oh.
And Shay is one of those lore hounds who is like even deeper than me on various regions. And it's very nice to get in some wonderful references there. So
yes, they're very knowledgeable about Galerion.
Yeah. And I tell you what, we love kobolds. We love kobolds over there in Isker. We love kobolds here in the arena. I very much appreciate the monk archer build. It's very near and dear to my heart.
But you know, Chris, you know who we love more than kobolds? I think we love goblins more than kobolds.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Because
y'all have adopted every goblin.
Medvic is truly the person who leads us.
Oh.
Yes, Medvic is the one who controls our hero buttons. You see, Medvic is the store of all knowledge, and it was only because of your evil tournament contenders I wasn't able to get the seeds of the stands. But I will get my buttons paid. You know, they don't accept buttons.
I think we had somebody teleport into the arena here. Yeah.
Okay.
He does that. He just does
all right,
that.
Guards. Take away this person. I don't know who this is. They didn't register for this tournament. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah. Wonderful to have you all. Thank you.
All right, Jason. Any last thoughts? Any last thoughts before we sign off?
No, this was delightful. We're setting up the next of our exhibition matches here as we help all of the teams finalize their characters.
Yeah.
We hope that everyone who has been watching or listening has had a wonderful time as we have. And we look forward to bringing you all another match very soon.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time. Good luck and good night. This has been Super Smash Finder. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to support our show, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/smashfinder. Theme song by David from MinMaxed. Super Smash Finder uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you for use or access to this content. Super Smash Finder is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com.